believe you, and I'm believing that when finally people get a chance to see this and it becomes a little bit more public, that people are going to really want to stand behind us and change this. Not just our friends and family, but anybody who sees this who is going to be as outraged as we are in our family.
Okay. You take the mask off.
I can take the mask off?
Yeah.
A game?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
We got 2 boxes.
Okay.
Pick a box.
Any box?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Lori, and I'm here with my fiance, Mark. We would like to get married, and we were recently told by the Social Security Administration that someone in my position, someone who is considered disabled on their parents' work record, can only marry another disabled person and keep their Medicare benefits. Mark and I would like to change this. We're very much in love, and we'd just like to get married.
Yep. So you know the phrase.
Oh.
We marry you when we're ready. We'll do
Yes. Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, I'll marry you. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, put the other box.
What's in the other box?
Archie.
I went to Congressman Jimmy Panetta's office and asked for help. Here's a little bit about what I told him. I've heard it said that we all have a story. My name is Lori, and I am in love with a wonderful man named Mark. We have a story that I believe is not only worth telling, but is also worthy of being heard. I've been informed by the Social Security office that I can't marry Mark because if I do, I will lose my disability insurance, including my Medicare health coverage. Being told I cannot marry Mark has been so heartbreaking. Learning the reason why has been shocking, even appalling to me, my family and friends, and mere acquaintances, even strangers who have become aware of my situation. The reason being that I suffered a serious illness as a teenager. I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, inflammatory in nature, and I received disability on a parent's work record. If I had been on my own work record, like say I'd been healthy enough to work for about 10 years and then had become ill, I could marry whoever I want to. But in the situation I'm in now, on SSDI, on my parents' work record, I can only marry another disabled person or stay single if I want to keep my necessary medical benefits. Mark and I want to change this, so here we are today working on that. One of the most intriguing parts of this, not only that how is it possibly happening, but is also that once upon a time I did have insurance. I had a lifetime insurance policy with a very well-known insurance company. At 16 years old, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. Shortly after that, my insurance company dropped me because I had gotten sick. A little bit after this, I learned that this practice, it was common, but it also became illegal. But unfortunately, I was dropped before laws were passed against that. They claimed they had a right to reevaluate the policy about every 6 months and said, well, we now say you have a pre-existing condition. We're no longer going to insure you. My mom fought them on this, but we did lose that battle. The medical social worker entered the picture and said, you really have no choice but to apply for disability right away. It is going to be your only route to get proper medical coverage. It truly was a matter of survival. It brings me to the point where now I have finally found my true love, Mark. It's something I wished for a very long time. And we have encountered yet another hurdle. Whether it is sheer naivety or a matter of faith, I am definitely choosing to believe, at least hope, that right and just will prevail. It's a little scary. It's kind of like a David and Goliath sort of a fight when you're fighting the government. But I believe that it is the love that Mark and I share that is allowing me the strength to give this my best shot. As a matter of fact, after going down to Congressman Panetta's office, delivering this letter, speaking multiple times with several of his legislative staff, he launched a congressional inquiry on our behalf. His office was pretty sure that I was mistaken somehow, that this couldn't possibly be true in the year 2020 with all of the civil rights laws that have been passed since the 1960s regarding interracial marriage and same-sex marriage of today's laws, that how could this possibly be? Well, we got an answer. This crazy, old, antiquated, discriminatory, hurtful law is all true. And we've got an official congressional inquiry that proves it. So what do we do now? How do we change it? Well, the next step is going forward with a petition at this point so that if they are able to find enough support for this, they are going to draft a bill and they will help get it through. But there's a lot of steps that have to happen before that. So the petition for Lori's Law, here it is. Want to know a little more about what the proposal for Lori's Law is all about? The current Social Security Administration law states that a disabled person receiving Social Security disability insurance on a parent's work record can only marry another disabled person and keep their benefits. It further states that marrying an able-bodied individual mandates forfeiture of aforementioned insurance and loss of health care coverage via Medicare. Basically, the current law goes on to state that if someone receives SSDI on their own work record, they can marry an able-bodied or disabled person and keep their benefits and necessary health care. While allowing for that scenario, there is absolutely no provision under the current law for me, Lori, or others like me to keep necessary benefits already granted us or to transfer to a spouse's work record. Can you imagine the outrage if all of the civil rights laws passed since the 1960s allowing interracial marriage and or recent laws regarding same-sex marriage were conditional upon one person losing their financial well-being and their health care? It's very hard to believe our country would stand for that. However, we are in a situation where we are being told exactly that. Stay single or marry within your same class as disabled to keep your health care. There is no real choice. It is life-threatening for me, Lori, to lose my disability insurance and health care. Therefore, Mark and I cannot enjoy our love within the sanctity of marriage because he is able-bodied or because I am not, depending on how you look at it. Sound crazy? Yes, it does. However, it is true. Congressman Jimmy Panetta's staff recently launched a congressional inquiry into this matter on our behalf. To their surprise, the current law has been confirmed as still standing. It's time this law be successfully challenged. Please help us put an end to this discriminatory, obsolete, and very hurtful policy. Lori Long and Mark Contreras, hopefully soon to be Mr. and Mrs. Mark Anthony Contreras.
No matter. No matter. No matter.
Merry Christmas.
You're missing the whole thing.
Laura, I do love you. We will have our day. We will get married. It will take time. And until that time, we're going to stay single so you can keep your medical benefits. We will have our day. It will happen soon.
That I did.
That you did, yeah. Just look how strong you are. You're able to kind of compensate for what's healing. Yeah.
We made it almost 2 years to the date per surgery, so one step at a time. Thank you, babe, for taking me today.